Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation From Russia with Love, turn 4.5, Commonwealth. It is January 1938. I have 2 tech rolls with Commonwealth. First, I tried for anti-submarine warfare at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 3, so I failed. Second, I tried for improved construction at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 6, so I failed. So it was a strange feeling at the start of the turn, because I was at average luck in tech, and that was the first time I've been at average luck in any of the games that I've played. So back to below average luck, which for some reason for tech, that's where I live. Let's go down here and look at purchases. So with the Commonwealth, I start the turn, with Great Britain, I start the turn with 12 IPP, and I'll purchase 4 infantry. FEC starts the turn with 8, I'll purchase an anti-aircraft artillery for 4 and save 4 IPP. Anzac starts the turn with 3 IPP, I will purchase 1 infantry. Just jumping ahead to France, I start the turn with 13 IPP, I'm going to purchase 5 militia for 10 and save 3 IPP. Let's proceed to non-combat movement. Okay, we might want to go out to normal zoom here. I think this covers all of our moves. Okay, so from London, 1 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery will move over to southern England. From southern England, 1 militia is going to move to London. Also from southern England, this transport is going to leave port into A21. It'll pick up 1 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft artillery and move down to Gibraltar, going into port there and dropping off the anti-aircraft artillery and infantry. But the other naval transport that was in Gibraltar, it's going to leave port into sea zone A44 and move up to A21 and go into port in southern England. So we'll do the shuttle there. And I think that's going to end. Oh, no, I've got one more thing to come up to England, which is this battleship from A21. Move 1, 2, 3, and join the fleet that's in A21. So just doing disposition of the British forces that are in A21, there are 3 battleships, 2 destroyers, 2 submarines, and 2 torpedo boat destroyers. Okay, back down to Gibraltar. There's an air transport here. It's going to pick up this infantry and fly down to Lower Suez, land in Lower Suez. This infantry from Western Egypt is going to move 1 over to Lower Egypt. This naval transport in Lower Egypt is going to leave port, go into M8, and move over 1, 2, 3, and go into port in Gibraltar, joining this other. So I've got in port there, I've got a coastal defense ship, an Anzac destroyer, and 2 naval transports. This Anzac destroyer is going to leave port, come on out, and join these other destroyers. So I've got 6 destroyers there in sea zone A44. One of them is the Anzac destroyer. My OCD is tormenting me. Okay. Let's see what else I've got on my to-do. I'm having these 3 light cruisers that are in port in Lower Egypt are going to leave port to I-5 and then move 1, 2, 3, 4 over to A44. So in A44, I've got 2 light carriers. One of them has attack, one of them has a fighter. 5 British destroyers, 1 Anzac destroyer, and 3 light cruisers. I know that I don't keep my FEC and British units separate, so hopefully I'm not causing my opponents confusion about those 5 British destroyers. Okay, I think that's everything here in the Med. Let's swivel down and get some focus on down in South Africa if we can. See if I can swivel this down a little bit and pick up this. Yeah, I can just barely make that out, right? Okay, so we've got this naval transport in South Africa. It's going to leave port into I-1. It'll pick up the 2 infantry from Cape Town. It'll move 1, 2, 3 up to I-7 and drop off those 2 infantry into southern India. Is southern India on camera here? Yeah, it is. Okay. That sub that's in I-7 is going to move 1 over to the west to I-4. All right. Let's see what else is on my to-do list. Okay, we can swivel over here down to Australia, where this naval transport that's in P-64 will pick up this infantry and motorized infantry from Queensland and strategic naval move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to I-11, go into port, dropping off another Anzac infantry and the Anzac motorized in Calcutta. From Sydney, this artillery will strategic rail move to Queensland. Okay, I think we're ready for placement of units. This Anzac infantry will get placed in Sydney. This anti-aircraft artillery for FEC will get placed in Calcutta. We'll go over here to South Africa. Hopefully we got that on camera. And 1 infantry will get placed in Cape Town. And then up in London, that's where we'll put the last 3 Commonwealth infantry. Collect income. Great Britain is at 13, so they end the turn with 13. FEC saved 4 and collected 5, so they end the turn with 9. Anzac ends the turn with 3. Now we proceed to 4.6, France. I'm going to roll for long-range aircraft. I need an 8 or higher, PBE generated A1. Okay, so French moves, or French purchases. I've got the 13, I'm buying the 5 militia for 5 militia for 10 and saving 3. Non-combat movement. I think we'll zoom in for this because it's always hard to, there we go. Okay. There we go. So what's going on in France? Well, the moment I zoom in, it would have been nice to see that the French medium bomber is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 down to French Morocco. I know that's probably off camera. In Alsace-Lorraine, I'm going to have 2 infantry leave and move into Paris. So Alsace-Lorraine only has the 1 infantry, and in Paris, I've got 5 infantry. Down in southern France, 1 infantry and 1 foreign legion are going to move over to Aquitaine. And then from Aquitaine, from Normandy, in my notes it's Aquitaine, but actually it's Normandy. From Normandy, 1 anti-aircraft artillery will move into Paris. And then let's show you, get it on camera where that medium bomber is. You can see he's down in French Morocco. I think I might have said northern Algeria, but I wanted to move to Morocco, French Morocco there. And then from M1, yeah, this zoom was a bad idea. This guy's going to do strategic naval move. This naval transport from M1 will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A21. So the French ships, I've got 2 battleships and 2 naval transports in A21 for the French. And then they've got 4 subs in I5. Okay, I think that is everything. Now we just have to do placement of units. I'm going to place 3 militia in Paris, which will get me up to 6 militia there. So I have 6 militia and 5 infantry in Paris with a fighter and an anti-aircraft artillery. And then I've got 2 militia, and I will place them in Alsace-Lorraine, which I believe also gets me up to 6 militia there with 1 infantry and 1 artillery. Collect income. France is collecting 8 right now. They saved 3, so they end the turn with 11 IPP. Next up is Board Gaming Bro with turn 4.7, Italy.